Che Mille Falta, which is Irish for 100,000 welcomes, and welcome to the live broadcast of LMC Media's 12th annual Sound Shore St. Patrick's Day Parade. This is a celebration of Irish heritage and the American immigrant experience, representing the Sound Shore community from Portchester all the way to Pelham, and that includes Rye, Harrison, Larchmont, New Rochelle, all those towns in between. Now, great thing is, you see that as we are watching the marchers from all over Westchester, they're coming down Mamaroneck Avenue, they'll be marching down to Harbor Island. Says we're going to be doing the broadcast live from the new LMC Media Studios, Studio on the Avenue. It's great to have you all here as our guests. And look at this beautiful facility they have here. This is state of the art. Look at this control room. These are real live people working here. And we have this wonderful sound stage in here that we're going to be doing the rest of the broadcast from. And oh my gosh, there's my sidekick, Norman Rosenblum.
Welcome, Michael, to the fantastic inaugural of the 12th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade in the brand new LMC Media Station. And while we're waiting, we can hear the people coming up, the parade starting. While we have the time, I think we should start letting know about the sponsorships.
The sponsors, yes, because where would we be without the sponsors?
Absolutely.
So,
I understand the Grand Marshal breakfast sponsor was the Village Station Pub, which I understand was fantastic.
A lovely breakfast.
Yeah, it was great. And then, of course, we have the special thanks for Bill Jablonski and a Sedona Tap House.
Can't forget Bill.
That's right.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Dine out for charity. What
Right.
a wonderful guy.
Absolutely. And he raises funds for the scholarship, which is the most important part,
true.
and one of the most important parts of the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee. Of course, and then there's Turkin, Heath, and McCauley Law Firm, the O'Callaghan family.
The O'Callahan family. Do you realize that two past Grand Marshals were the O'Callahans, Chris and Tony?
That's absolutely.
2019 and 2023 last year.
And I can still see their smiles on their face and
right.
everybody else.
I'm sure there's someplace smiling as we speak right now. They
Absolutely.
wish they could be here, but they had a family wedding.
Correct.
So, all the best to you O'Callahans out there.
They had the Rail House, John Gallen and Sons, O'Donnell and Cullen Property Tax Consultants, the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick.
And they
which
are
is very
friendly.
important. Yes. And it translates right here, friendliness.
In the friendly village.
Lance Wackenheim, and soon to open the Brooklyn Bagel and Coffee Company.
Can't wait for that.
Oh, absolutely. Good. Majestic Kitchens.
Majestic Kitchens of Bath, good friends of the Sound Shore St. Patrick's Day Parade.
And to keep the tasting going, Penny Lick Ice Cream Shop.
Penny Lick, yes.
Blossom
wonderful.
Forest.
Wonderful. Well, Blossom Florist, we have the flowers right over here. Norman and I are wearing the corsages. Right. Thank you, Blossom Florist.
Right.
Every year they send some beautiful flowers.
And the ever-present School of Rock.
The School of Rock.
Keeps everybody jumping in great.
That's
fantastic.
Great. And one of their committee, one of their founders, or one of their the principals there is a member of the committee.
Right.
Vanessa Ritter.
Correct.
So,
and they will be involved in this parade.
They will be involved in the parade, and there'll be music down at the harbor.
Right.
If this ever finishes.
And it goes without saying, Murphy Brothers Contracting.
I've heard of those guys.
I know, but the amazing part is, if you look around and see this studio, they transformed this to a fantastic place, keeping the old brickwork and also making it modern with the sound barriers and everything else. It's
state
amazing.
of the art. Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, and shameless plug, but thank you, Norm. Appreciate that.
Well, there's no shame in St. Patrick's Day Parade. Everyone's Irish, even on Rosenblum. Mamaroneck Self Storage, which is great.
Love them. Great organization.
And I'm also looking forward to the new extended building on there, which is great. It'll offer more services.
We'll be talking about it next year at this time.
Absolutely. Marie McIntyre, Duck Donuts, which is great. Lee and David Pano, Nick Doda and Scott Weinlein. Fantastic.
That's the last?
That's the last one.
We'll have to add one more. I heard the Chamber of Commerce, the Mamaroneck Chamber of Commerce is a big sponsor of the parade, and I heard that you're good friends with the president.
Absolutely. Fantastic guy, if I have to say so myself, after he told me. And the funny part is, talking about history in the Village of Mamaroneck, part of the Village of Mamaroneck is you have people that moved here for a week, and there's people that families been here 3 and 4 generations. And I'll take a shameless plug, like my friend who's the head of the Chamber of Commerce. My grandfather, Nathan Serlin, who was the president of the Association of Businessmen, and they are the forerunner of the Chamber of Commerce, in case you didn't know that. And actually, they were so dedicated, as like Murphy Brothers and so on helping out, they got together and they donated land on Mamaroneck Avenue to widen the avenue. And that's why we have this great avenue to have a terrific parade.
And a great parade that it is. This is the 12th annual parade. I think you were there for the beginning of it.
Absolutely.
And here we are. This is the first time we're in LMC Media's studio on the avenue. This is a great, awesome facility here to do this first live in-studio broadcast.
Absolutely. It's another flower in the beauty of the village of Mamaroneck to have this facility here.
Right on the avenue. So if you're happy to be walking to some restaurant on the avenue, and there are so many of them on the avenue, and getting a bite to eat, and you stop by, you might be seeing a production going on right as you're walking by the studio.
And while we have the time, I'll try and intersperse it. What I've been doing for years and years. This is a not-for-profit organization, LMC Media. And like everything else, they are under pressure with fundraising and so on. And with the changes in the original concept of local cable television, it's important for the public to donate and support this fantastic organization. It's a key part of the democratic process, not only in the village of Mamaroneck, but this entire area.
Well, I can see from this little sheet you got over here, I think people, if you're in the town of Mamaroneck, village of Mamaroneck, Rhinebeck, or the village of Larchmont, you can come in and use the facility, can't you?
Absolutely. And it's free. It's free to become a member.
Yes, free to become a member, and you can do a show, right? Podcast.
Podcast. I look for podcasts.
Even if you just want to tour the place, they'll give you a tour.
And not only that, you can get very involved. You can even possibility from certain guidelines is to borrow equipment to do your own programs.
You know,
I see lights coming up.
I don't see lights up there. So, you know, 30 years ago, I had a TV show on LMC. It was called Sound Advice. Yes.
Really?
30 years ago. Home Improvements. I thought I was the Tim Allen of Mamaroneck.
That's funny.
But the facility that I'm looking at right now and what's happening here, this is amazing.
Oh, absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, you got to come and see this place. This is incredible. And if you've never thought about doing a podcast, or maybe you have thought about doing a podcast, well, there it is. Norm, speaking of which.
Oh, live. Terrific.
There it is. Who are they?
That's the motorcycle group from all over Westchester County, led by the village of Mamaroneck, under the leadership of Chief Sandy DeRuza. Another great aspect.
This
Little
is the
prejudice, but the best police department in New York State.
And this is the escort division here.
Yes.
Boy, they look raring to go, don't they? So behind them, we're going to see the American Legion Post 90 Color Guard. I love the name of the guy the commander that leads them. His name is Bill Goodenough, and I think when he's doing the parade, he should be Bill Great Enough. He does a great job leading these people in the parade. So, beautiful day for the parade today, isn't it?
Perfect.
Boy, are we glad it wasn't yesterday.
It's very colorful. It's terrific. It's great to see, as always, the motorcycles leading the parade.
So these aren't just Mamaroneck motorcycles.
Oh, no, they're from all over. Harrison,
I see Tuckahoe on there,
Tuckahoe, New Rochelle, White Plains, they're all over.
Isn't it wonderful that they all come out to support the South Shore St. Patrick's Day Parade?
Correct. To support the community.
Yeah.
Just what it is. An integral part of people in uniform that we take for granted, our freedoms.
First responders across the board. Well, I see a classic car. Look at that. That looks like, is that? This is.
That looks like one of Tanny's cars.
Is it Ted Tanny? Thanks. Another shout out to the Kiwanis Club and their classic car group, led by Ted Tanny and the great Jack Saraceno. Is that Jack right there? Is that Jack waving? No, that's not Jack. I don't know who that is.
Well, they're interspersed through the entire parade.
If this is the escort division, every year they lead the parade off. this way. And so here's the American Legion Post 90 color guard. And wonderful organization. They were established in 1946, located directly across the street from the Veterans Memorial in the Village of Mamaroneck Municipal Building. Today's color guard members represent both the Post 90 and the Sons of Post 90, with the assistance from Legion Post 347 in Larchmont. And there you have it, the pipes and drums of the Police Admiral Society of Westchester.
Led by Bandmaster Christopher Heron. Great. He's part. He's a great. I love this song.
Give it up for the San George St. Patrick's Day Committee.
Thundering the streets of Maryland.
Brooke Gary, Sharon Peck, Jay Maroney, Joe Morrow, Tom McKenzie, Amy Murphy, Bernadette Whitmore, and Roy Whitmore. And the Murphy Brothers white truck driven by committee member Chris Murphy. Beautiful green and white orange Kiwanis cars representing the colors of the Irish flag. One featuring Adrian Verhav, lead singer of That Guy Larry, who's going to lead us to sing the national anthem. Throughout the parade will be Kiwanis Classic Car Club enthusiasts. The club is honored to provide special transportation today for some of our honorees' family members, as well as representatives from the community. On behalf of the parade committee and the transport community, thank you for your support. And a shout out to parade committee members Jack Saracino and Ted Tanny for their help with the classic car fleet today.
Best part of the
Like
parade,
that, riding
children.
down it. Yes. And who's that in that car there? What is that? Like a dune buggy? Beautiful. So Chris is pulled over to the side. Maybe he's like a taxi. Pulling off, and he's going somewheres on the streets.
They're classic cars.
Yeah, more classic cars. The green, white, and orange of the Kiwanis Club there. So they representing the Irish flag. One of them is featuring Caitlin Verhave, who is going to sing the national anthem, I believe. So see if they catch her.
And while we're celebrating and acknowledging the volunteer work, I would note that, as we said before, one of the great things of the St. Patrick's Day Parade Committee is to raise funds for scholarships. And since the first one of raising and giving out over $55,000 in scholarships.
Great. Norman, I think we're looking at the Grand Marshal of the parade, and this year's Grand Marshal is Pelham Mayor Chance Mullen with his lovely family, Francine, and his son Finnegan. So thank you, Chance, for leading the parade this year. He is our 12th Grand Marshal. He looks terrific in that top hat. Look at that. Great to have him here. He's followed by his chosen aides. This is your parade, Chance. Where are they? Yes.
So, of course, he's supported by his wife, Francelle, and their son, Finnegan, who's a freshman at Pelham High School.
Looks bigger than that, though. So might even be a senior. There he is. Now that's one of his aides. He's a former Irish dancer himself, right there. And that is, if I can get to to his right name, that's Patrick. Let's see,
Patrick Nomoyle.
Nomoyle, yes. Look, great job, Patrick. Nice. You still got the touch there, huh?
Absolutely.
You're like flying in the air.
Light on his feet.
Some more of there's more of his chosen aides there. Well,
John Waters, Jeff Watkins, Emlyn Tavares, Russell Solomon, and in the Kiwanis Classic car, Dan McLaughlin.
Now, Chance is no stranger to the area. He's been the mayor of Pelham since 2019, but he's originally from Garden City, Kansas, Norman. He landed in Pelham in 2012. Besides being a mayor, he's very involved in the area's Cub Scouts, Pelham Rec League, Little League Baseball. He's also on the committee for the Picture House Regional Film Center. Terrific guy. And a great mayor in the village of Pelham. Delighted to have him as our Grand Marshal, and of course,
The committee wishes to thank the ongoing support and financial contributions of our past Grand Marshals, particularly Lee Diallo, Doc Turner, Mitchell Collins, Thomas Collins, Ken Plunkett, and with us today, Jim Kaloran as well. Jim, Paul Center, we love you guys. All right, here we have the Dixie Dandies. According to Director Alan Taylor, for many years, the Dixie Dandies band is still a proud figure
What do we got here, Norman?
Not sure. We were looking for the Moore Circle.
Yeah, you did see the Marshall Moore Circle. Marshall Moore Circle. Then we have this band over here, which
School.
is that's Murdoch Avenue School. Before them, yep, that's the Dixie Dandies.
Right.
The
And
Dixie
director
Dandies, still
Alan-
a crowd favorite.
Alan Fennell.
Yep. Followed there by the, that is Daisy Troop 2728 Murray Avenue School Kindergarten. Nice to have them there. And you see the sign there. It looks like the Murdoch Avenue School, MAS.
Right.
That's pre-K through 5 grade elementary school. Wonderful multicultural school in the village of Mamaroneck. Terrific. That's where the parade started out down over there. My kids went to that school.
Did they?
They got a good education. It's fantastic. Recommend it to anybody.
One of the best schools that represent the village of Mamaroneck.
Certainly is. We want to thank
School diversity.
we want to thank the Mamaroneck Avenue School PTA for getting the kids out here today and for marching with them.
And I see the kids are dancing, which is great. They're in the spirit.
They're having a good time.
Good steps.
Name that tune, Roman. What is it? When Irish eyes are smiling, no?
After coming to hear you.
And they're off. Here they go. Now, they'll be playing that song just for the Grand Marshal and his entourage. Isn't that great? What we're singing is what the Grand Marshal is singing. So what our audience is singing is what the Grand Marshal is singing. As we're here at LMC Media's new studio on the Avenue. What a beautiful facility that it is. Ladies and gentlemen out there, you got to come down here and see this place. They're willing to give you a tour. There they are. That's the Murdoch Avenue School Lake
right.
and the Girl Scout troops, well represented there. Thank you for coming out and marching in the parade this year, in the 12th annual parade.
Great to see families participating.
Yes. I think we have another classic car. That's
Right.
Jack Saraceno, and he's got Mrs. New York America. That's Melissa Luiso. Waving to the crowd. Jack, you're looking good and driving well. Another classic car, nice Ferrari there. What a classic, huh?
That I think that's Tanny's car.
Titania? Okay.
Yeah.
Titania, a good supporter of the parade.
And this great 1968 car gave us a ride up from MAS right to the studio.
Nice, and there's some supporters of the parade. There's my friend Jane Ann Corelli. And there's, I see Elisa Grayer. And is there Gene Coney in there someplace? I don't know. Thank you for supporting the parade. Great to see you coming out.
We should see the Pelham, hopefully, Cub Scout Pack 8 coming up.
Well, a little lull in the action here. I want to thank the sponsors of the parade. Couldn't do the parade without the sponsors. Thank you, the O'Callahan family, wherever you might be. Know that you had a family wedding. Thank you to Blossom Flower. Thank you to the Village of Mamaroneck for giving us the opportunity to put the parade on Mamaroneck Avenue, which is the best place. Ooh, they're pushing that car, Norman. What do you think happened there? we got a flat tire on that one or something. But first that ever happened, didn't it?
Well, not for me. We were involved with the FDNY race team when the engine blew, so we had to push it too. But it shows the pit crew was good.
Maybe they're putting on a little bit of a show here, a little drama.
As a School of
If
Rock.
they are followed by, there's no flat tire on the School of Rock's vehicle. They're marching here. We got the parents and the students of the School of Rock. Thank you for your great support for the parade. We see parade committee member Vanessa Ritter out there someplace in the crowd. There she is. Thank you, Vanessa, for all your hard work. What a wonderful organization. We'll see you down at the harbor there. School of Rock will be putting on a performance, the likes you've never seen before.
And it's
great
music.
See it out. Great music, yes. And those kids are talented for a young crew. And, it definitely does keep them off the streets. So Now we have is this the second division already? No, it can't be. I don't see George Latimer. He's leading second. There he is right there. There is the second division.
Right
Okay.
on time. They're actually following directions. I see Steve Otis.
There's Steve Otis.
Well, I guess they're not
our
following all the
assemblyman.
directions.
There's George Latimer, and I think George that's Ken Jenkins from the county. His deputy executive there. Fantastic. Nice to have him there. I see Myron Tannenbaum. Always great to see Myron. Great fixture in the community. So here they are. George Latimer, Steve Otis, Catherine Parker, Shelley Mayer, all wonderful supporters of the parade over the years. We've got great elected officials on the level of that. So
again, to repeat, studio use is free for members at LMC Media. Can be booked through the website on lmcmedia.org. Can be used for video audio recordings or for non-recording purposes. You can also borrow equipment, as we mentioned before, like cameras, audio, lighting gear for the use of computers for video editing for free as a member. And if you're interested in creating content for large amount of communities, you can become a media maker under the guidance of LMC Media School.
And while you're listening to the pipes and drums of the Emerald Society of the New York City Police Department, led by Bandmaster Lieutenant Danny O'Grady and Assistant Bandmaster Lieutenant Matthew Murphy, common name, and playing for the crowd there, they're going to do their little party piece for the Grand Marshal right there. Thank you guys for coming out there. Yes, great to have them in the parade. They are the best.
Right behind him, we have the Girl Scout Troop 2723 with the troop leaders Anna DeLeon, Bonnie Volocano Merves, Heather Hermanson, and Elke Mirolius.
See, Norman, if we would have taken up the bagpipes years ago, we'd be marching right now, getting our exercise instead of sitting in here.
Absolutely.
Talking about this parade to this wonderful audience of LMC Media listeners.
Enjoying this weather.
Yes, beautiful day. What a great day for a parade. As you can see from the shadows on the ground, the sun is out. Couldn't be happier.
I would be amiss if I didn't know that unfortunately yesterday there was a flooding event in the Village of Marinick. We send our greatest condolences to everyone.
Hopefully the village, the Army Corps of Engineers, and the county, and everybody involved will take care of this flooding problem once and for all in the coming year. The coming 2 years.
I hope please get involved.
There's Girl Scout Troop 2723. And Girl Scout Troop 2995. Thanks for coming out. Great to have you.
All right, next up we've got engine 1.
And of course, like always, we have to ad-lib because next we expect New York State Assemblyman Steve Otis, who previously walked by before.
Now, you may not get them, but you're going to get the, looks like we have the Larchmont Historical Fire Department there.
Oh, it is great.
Yes, and this is the Fire Zuvez.
Right, Ray Maldonado.
Tell us a little bit about this one, Norm. You've had in the parade ever since 2012, the first parade.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't see it now, but here comes the car.
There's Ray driving the big truck.
That's right. And it's the uniforms are based on the uniforms of a Civil War infantry company comprised of volunteer firemen called the 11th New York Volunteers. The Fire Zovez.
Yeah, Ray Maldonado restored that Chief's car himself.
Yeah.
Did a great job. Talented young man.
Not only that, he's also a fellow elk. That, again, the central team, people here in different organizations volunteer and give back to the community.
That's a 1922 American LaFrance pumper. My father was a fireman. You know, I probably had a rolling truck like that when he was first in the fire department. Back up there in Rochester, New York. A little lull in the action, but we've got a little lull in the action. We have ourselves a classic car. So, who's waving out there? Whose car is that? It's
Corvette.
It's Ben Carducci. Beautiful car. Another classic car. They're so happy for the good weather. Because if it wasn't good weather, they wouldn't be out there, but they're great. They got their cars out there. They're showing them off, and all these cars are a bit of history, aren't they? Back from the 60s and the 70s when General Motors knew how to make cars. So General Motors, if you're listening, make some good cars. They can be electric, but make some good cars.
They left Tarrytown. They left a lot behind.
That beautiful
Is that a DeSoto?
could be. I thought it was a Ford.
All right.
Beautiful.
Let's
I
hear
can
for the Mamaroneck
you can
Chamber
afford that.
of Commerce. Tying together this
Good car.
community.
So
Thank you, Mamaroneck Chamber. Great to see you guys out today.
there it is. My fellow
the Chamber of
representing
Commerce.
the Chamber of Commerce,
All right.
Oscar Capel and Joe Melito and Mike Sapkowski. Nice to have them all. Hey, great to have members of the Chamber of Commerce marching on the street. There's Mary Stetson from Stetson Realty. Thank you for supporting this, the Mamaroneck Chamber of Commerce
Absolutely.
by coming out and march there.
Part
What a
of
wonderful
the heartbeat
organization.
of the Village of
Yes, and so if you have a
Commerce and
business in the village or you have a business outside the village, you want to get involved in the Mamaroneck Chamber of Commerce, look on our website. We'd love to have you as a member. Or
And you have monthly meetings.
we have
You go to.
everybody's got monthly
Yeah,
meetings.
yeah.
Yes, monthly meetings. So let me tell you
Yeah,
about
but
it.
breakfast meetings, that's the
Yes.
best part.
But you know, we're going to start I think we're going to do a podcast for the Chamber of
Oh, really?
Commerce.
That's
Yes.
great.
Right here in LMC Media Studio on the Avenue. Isn't it wonderful? They said I could do one because we're part of the Village of Mamaroneck. Looking forward to it.
Great crowd. Everybody's wearing the green.
As notice, all the people are standing on the sunny side. Don't blame them. So, and here is, I think it's the Mamaroneck Public Library. Is that right? Yes, it is. There's Executive Director Jennifer O'Neill, who also is a board member. She is the Vice President of the Mamaroneck Chamber of Commerce. Jennifer brought out some representatives from her crew, and they're there in support of the parade. Great to have you here, Jennifer. Thanks for coming out and marching.
And it's the Girl Scouts.
Yeah, Girl Scout Troop
Brownie.
2588 should be. As
Yeah.
the Cub Scouts,
And New
Pack,
Rochelle
New
Pack
Rochelle
One Cub
Pack
Scouts,
1.
too. Oh, that's the Cub Scouts.
Yep. Good to have them here marching down Mamaroneck Avenue. No better right now. If you look at the avenue, now Norman, you see the green stripe down the middle of the
Yes.
stripe? Yep. And you see the shamrocks painted on either side?
Done by the Village of Mamaroneck.
Done by the Village of Mamaroneck DPW. Thank you, Mr. Barney. So we thank the Village of Mamaroneck and all that they've done to help us put on this parade. Couldn't do it without you. Thank the Board of Trustees and our Mayor, Sharon Torres.
It's supporting community involvement.
Very, yes.
That's the key.
Look at it. I see Chris Murphy over there. Chris Murphy's always, he's right in the corner there. He's got his hands in his pocket, wearing a hat there, giving kisses and
Giving
shaking
advice.
hands. Yes, giving advice there. Chris Murphy is a committee member ever since its inception at the beginning. Part of Murphy Brothers Contracting, which is a big supporter of the parade. Thank you for your support. Now we have the Doherty Petrie Irish Dancers. We've been waiting for them. They are one of the preeminent Irish dance companies in the world. Can you believe that? School has multiple locations all around the country. More than 140 dancers from the ages of 4 to 21. I'm sure they're going to put on a wonderful performance for the Grand Marshal and the board and the committee members. And here they go. Let's see what they do.
And you may have seen them on CBS Early Show, Channel 11, NBC News, ABC News, Fox, Sesame Street.
And now you're seeing them on LMC Media live in the parade.
Wonderful job. Let's hear it for next up, we've got the Daisy Troop 2549, led by Anita Casey and Alicia Littner. Hey girls, thanks for joining us today.
School of Irish Dance.
Festive, we love-
Merged
love the
with
camera.
Doherty Petrie. Today's dances are led by Kelly Pappas.
Oh, and there they are. Daisy Troop 2549, leaders Anita Casey and Alicia Blittner.
Girls,
Thank you for coming out and supporting the parade. That's great.
Coming up, I think we're going to have the.
There they are.
There we go. 2023 champions.
This is the Mamaroneck High School field hockey team. You know, they are amazing this year. What a
Absolutely.
run that they had. So they are the state champions in field hockey. Not only the state champions, but they basically blew all the competition away.
Absolutely.
It says that during the regular season, they had 21 shutouts. Norman, I found out when you get a shutout, that means the other team doesn't score a point.
True.
21 shutouts. It's amazing. And so they've got, I think they've got 12 juniors on the team this year, this year's team. So next year they're going to be even better.
What's even more to the point, in 23 games, Mamaroneck scored 108 goals and only 5 goals scored against them.
Okay, we've
the
got
entire season.
quick shout out to assistant coach Raquel Lividini Gilbert, coach Nicole Miller, and JV coach Kathleen Gallagher. Great job, ladies. Fantastic.
Joining the other fantastic state championships teams from Mamaroneck.
A lot of them, baseball, whatever. Look at Ronnie
Baseball,
Troop, 26-22. And also we have Junior Girl Scout Troop, 1851 together. So the leader of Ronnie Troop 26-22 is Rachel Martinson, and Junior Girl Scout Troop leader Deborah Marr from 1851. Thank you for coming out and supporting the parade. What a great day to be marching down Mamaroneck Avenue. You know there's nothing like marching down Mamaroneck Avenue. We always say that this is the Sound Shore Parade from Colchester to Sound. Every year it grows more, and we bring in more people from the Sound Shore into this
It's
parade.
growing, if not the biggest, soon to be the biggest.
Here's one of my favorite bands from past years, and they're here today, and that's the X Factor Drumline. These guys are terrific. Got the best seat in the house.
Windproof.
Sound.
All right, let's do a big round of applause for our Cold Village Mamaroneck Fire Department. Thank you. We have more than our first chief spinning costume.
Village Fire Department, all volunteer fire department, unbelievable, led by who's the chief now? It's Vinny Costa. Also, Fred's first chief, and there's James Barney and Chief Tommy Simpson.
This is one of the key elements of the success of the village of Mamaroneck for decades and generations. That people that have volunteers in there for 50 years or more. It's amazing. Not only does it's the largest community group involved. You can't say more. And you have to say at the same time, you have to thank not only the firemen, but their families who give up the time. These guys go out almost 800 times a year.
That's great. That's
It's
a good
just an
point.
amazing thing.
There's Mayor Sharon Torres is riding in one of those cars. I think she's in the second car there, waving up the window. So, newly elected Mayor Sharon Torres, elected back in November, doing a great job in the village. Sure, she's grateful for the village first responders, and we have so many of them. Another shout out for them, whether it's the fire department, the EMS, all wonderful folks. Plus, can't say enough about our police department. They do such a wonderful job keeping everybody safe in the village of Mamaroneck.
Well, ironically, you have a lot of volunteer firemen who are also policemen. The volunteer fire department is made up of 5 companies: Hook and Ladder, Mamaro, Columbia, Volunteers, and Halsted Banner. You have the benefit of it's a B-rated department, believe it or not. That's like a paid fire department. So it translates into got an insurance rate.
You say
And you
it's a
can-
B-rated department that gives us A+ service.
Absolutely.
I don't think there's one person that goes to sleep at night thinking that these guys are going to respond, right? These guys are the quintessential first responders.
Right.
We're really grateful to have them here, and wonderful to have them in the parade. Wow, so
Good.
far. We're still in the 3rd division. This is quite a parade. We still got the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th division to go.
You can't say enough about volunteers. I mean, this country is based on volunteers, from the Revolutionary War to this very day. And people, whether they are volunteers or they are just professional uniform men and women, they go out and put their lives on the line every day.
Before you bring that up, we should actually have some sort of plug that if someone wants to volunteer,
Absolutely.
for EMS or for the fire department, we should have a plug for them how they can do that. I'm sure there's got to be some way they can do that. So it'd be great to get some younger people on the fire department, right?
Yes, they continuously look to do it. And there are now benefits of joining the fire. As a new member of the fire department, you can get some benefits. And I can tell you another aspect that translates into saving the taxpayers and the side of safety millions of dollars a year. You had a 100% paid fire department, your taxes would be up 20-30%. It's amazing. But the important part is that they keep volunteering. And it's like a family. It's just what it is.
Yes, and again, we should just shout out for their families who put up with them.
Right.
And all the time that they put in and the training that goes into it. We're in the new studio on the Avenue, LMC Media's state-of-the-art facility. And this is going out live broadcast. And I can see the Grand Marshal and his entourage in the reviewing stand right out the glass in the window there. So if you're just tuned in, this is coming to you live from the village of Mamaroneck. This is the South Shore St. Patrick's Day Parade, the 12th annual parade celebrating Irish heritage and the American immigrant experience. We're delighted to be here, delighted to bring it to you live from Studio on the Avenue. State-of-the-art facility just opened up.
You know,
in the village of Mamaroneck.
to enhance what you just said, we didn't really talk about it a lot. Not only is we talking about Irish history and Irish culture and so on, we also extended it to the general immigrant experience in this country, which is based upon, you know, the American flag and the Irish flag. There's thousands and thousands of threads, and each thread represents a different part of the culture. So it's great. So we're not only celebrating Irish culture, we're celebrating what America stands for, and the Irish certainly represent that.
Well put, former Mayor Norman Rosenblum. 4-year term. You did 4 terms?
4 terms.
As mayor?
4 terms.
As mayor. And that's also almost a volunteer position when you think about it, the time that you put in there.
Oh, walk down at the end of the parade. We go down to the...
As well as flag card 6805 and UTV data 6829. To learn more or volunteer, visit EMS.org. And thank you for all you do.
Live from the village of Mamaroneck here on the Mamaroneck Avenue. We're still looking at the fire trucks and the fire apparatus, followed by,
Just trying to get the gold
this
medal.
is Chief Jason Capalbo and the Mamaroneck EMS.
Well, it was a
I think they're
mix.
coming up,
Yeah, he's
coming up
also
behind
part
him,
lab,
right?
part husband.
Yes. And I would note, Jason was just reelected again. Must be for at least 100 years. I mean, he's amazing dedication.
Well, they're celebrating their 50th anniversary.
Right. And they noted in there, originally started with people being lauded and having them volunteer by buying, believe it or not, 50 years ago, with green stamps. You remember green stamps? With
I
the
do,
book?
yes.
Well, John Quadrini, the late commander who started it,
50 years ago.
was where the Shell station is now on the Post Road and Barry Avenue. And people will go in. The first ambulance, I don't know what year it was an old Cadillac that they turned into an ambulance, which is great. Again, more volunteers.
Hey, look, there's Chris Murphy taking our picture from across the road there. You have to wave to Chris. Hi, Chris. Wonder if you can see us in here. So, Chris Murphy is one of the original founders of the parade. I think you were one of the original founders. You were there at the
Yes.
beginning when the first
Yes.
parade happened in 2012.
Yes.
So all year long, people do all kinds of things. There's following the parade here, we're going to have a scholarship presentation. We do give out 3 scholarships. 2 what we call the Irish Heritage Scholarships, and then the Marshall Moore organization, which is the organization of past Grand Marshals, have a American Immigrant Experience Scholarship. And we've been doing that for several years now, giving out close to $60,000 in scholarships. And that, what year do you think that car is right there, Norman? Is that
that's got to be
32?
in the 30s, easy.
Sorry?
Just be careful, I know, but the problem is we're not supposed to have them in the parade, you know, because we're not covered. I know, but just letting you know, if something happens. I only do it
The American Youth Hockey Association is going to follow a Lions Club. The American Youth Hockey Association is the private nonprofit tournament corporation started in 1994. The American Red Cross boys and girls were ready over against the fly-out selection for their team. And the select travel to the ice hockey organization in the USA hockey, the most of those teams, second place teams, including the Leaders of the and holy brass band.
Who's this? Look at some of these guys. That was the Lions Club. There's the American hockey team. And now we have this is the Holy Brass Band, followed by the Town of Mamaroneck Fire. They're coming quick now. It's the Holy Brass Band. They're playing for the Grand Marshal at the stand. They're right over here, so you can see. Can you see through there? You can actually see them up there. And then there's and then the Town of Mamaroneck Fire Department is right behind them. And then Jane Ennie is.
And I
in
think
one
she
of the,
walked with everybody else.
Oh no, Jane is actually, she's got a boot on, so she's in a truck.
Oh, okay.
So
Chief Thomas Broderick.
Chief Thomas Broderick.
Is a classic.
What? Oh,
Us.
we're having fun. We should do the Fireman's Parade.
Right.
And there's Sharon taking her picture. Now, she's actually, Sharon is a terrific photographer.
Yes, absolutely. That's
Then we have the Town of Mamaroneck Fire Department, followed by the classic cars. We're coming up to the 5th Division. Marie's coming in with the 5th Division, and we're going to interview her. So she'll be sitting over
18
there.
to
So apparently we
60+
lost
years.
everybody else. So
Nobody told you to come in.
nobody told who to come in. Marie?
No, not
Oh,
Marie.
the
I'm
others.
talking
Wow,
about
you know.
It happens, it happens.
It happens. We'll get better next year. We'll like it in
I
here.
mentioned it to Steve.
Oh,
and
yes.
so good.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. He would have, right? So as we see, when they run in the
I'm
juniors.
sure they were already down in the tent.
Okay, this is
Town of Mamaroneck.
Tom Mernick there. So I think Janie's either in that truck there or she's in the fire truck.
Is that Watchman?
That's what Village of America, the Town of Mernick.
All right, we've got Town of Mamaroneck Fire Department Engine 51, and Town Supervisor Dave L. Let's hear it for him.
job. Another good group of volunteers.
Right. Again,
True.
paid driver
Half
and
it.
volunteers.
Right, still on.
It's a combination.
Yeah, but you need it. I mean, they cover such a large area.
Right.
So and they're always backing people up too.
It's reality.
If there's
That's
a
right.
fire that they can't handle, then or they need
Correct.
help with it. They can pretty much handle anything, I would think. So, awesome. That or not?
Well, actually, I believe Village Monaco. These are having a good time up there. I can see Joey in there. I see Joe Morrow. All right, who do we got here? The Marching Cobras are back again. Fantastic. Actually, it says a therapeutic tool to help members become responsible people in society.
They are awesome. Yes. But, I mean, they're terrific. Great to have back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course, there's all generations, social, economic, and racial.
Crowds loving it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great drummers. Yeah, that's it. They're
It's
enjoying
great. It's a
themselves.
whole new generation.
Sure.
That's the best part.
Glad to have the Harrison Fire Department in here. Great to have them.
Yeah. Chief John Massey called it. Again, another
coming after
volunteer
that.
officers and career firefighters. Combination.
No,
It's a reality of economics.
Marie's coming in after that.
Thank you, Harrison. Hey, Joe.
Love the classic cars. That's one of my favorite.
Carrying Marie Moreno representing Orange Bank and Trust, who is the official sponsor of this year's
That's
parade.
Marie Moreno.
Let's hear it for Orange
About
Bank
that.
and Marie.
Just in time. Representing Orange Bank and Trust, the official sponsor of the LMC Media broadcast.
Hello, Marie.
Where you'll be joining us in studio.
Thank you,
Great
Orange
to have her.
Bank.
Making her way over.
Yeah.
Behind them, we have joining us for the first
Wave
time.
into the
Established in 1989,
grandstand, to the green stand. Coming out.
Another example of local business supporting the community.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And they're wonderful. Orange Bank and Trust, wonderful supporters. Let's hope we get some more supporters next year. Bigger and better parade every year, right?
And it grows every year.
Every year, yes. Here comes Dance. This is the first time Dance Caboose has actually been in the parade. This is interesting. They've been in the area for 35 years. And it's the
It
first
just
time these
flies
guys have been.
by.
I'm so delighted to have them in there. It's fantastic. Because so, as we try to bring in more of organizations like that, Sandbox
That
Theater,
represent the village.
right, Artistry,
And the whole South Shore.
right, the whole Sound Shore, and other groups from Pelham, Portchester, Harrison, Rye, the other areas, Larchmont. Look at that, unbelievable! Look at that. There's a pink Girl Scout, and that's Girl Scout Troop 1519, led by Paula Davis. I love it. She's about to bring a mascot.
And I got the Kiwanis Classic cars again coming up.
As we come up to 6th Division, this is the 6th Division. I wonder who that fire truck is.
Purchased fire department. Should be purchased.
Is it Purchase? Purchase Fire
Yeah,
Department.
I
They're
think
not even on here. How about that? Oh, there they are, right there in the 6th, leading the 6th Division.
All right, get up for the Sword and Light Pipe Band. Pipe and drum from local union members. The performance is
democratic process. It's a great mixture of business and community. Thank you very much.
Of course, we are very happy to be able to continue, the sponsorship that we do every year. It's a great community. We love the people. We love, everything here that's Mamaroneck has to offer. So it is our pleasure to continue to do this every year.
What are some of the services that the Orange Bank offers to people?
We have all kind of service from residential to commercial. We help our local businesses with lending needs, with our regular cash management. We have everything that there is to offer for a business and personal accounts.
And as the leader of the Chamber of Commerce, I'm sure.
Well, they
very
are
appreciative.
great members of the Chamber of Commerce. Marie is wonderful. They've been members for a long, long time. And this is not the first broadcast that they've sponsored. This is like the fourth or fifth, I believe, like this.
It
Speaks volumes of the work that Marie does in the community, not just as a banker, but also as a community leader. And we thank the Orange Bank and Trust. It's a wonderful organization. Mike Gilfeather on down, Joe Rule, wonderful people. If they're listening, and they should be, or if they hear this, you say, thank you very much for sponsoring this one. And we're looking for your commitment to sponsor the 2025 parade, which will be even better than this one here.
It's our pleasure.
So you're going to hang out with us for the rest of the broadcast.
Yes, I am.
Now, isn't this studio beautiful? This is
It's
LMC Media's studio on the Avenue. It's brand new. Just cut the ribbon on it. This is the first parade that we've done live inside the studio here. And anybody in the community can come and do a tour of the facility.
It's beautiful. They did a wonderful job.
And
really.
you should also know, as with the Chamber of Commerce and even the Bank of Trust, you can do podcasts from here now.
See, if they had this back when Norm was mayor, he might be still mayor today. You never know.
Right. They couldn't shut me up.
Oh, yeah.
Great job.
So what's the
Beautiful.
crowd like out there? You came in on the
It
on
is
the parade.
beautiful there. The sun is out. It's a blue sky. I mean, unbelievable. It's beautiful. The people are excited. It's very, very nice. I feel bad that you in here, actually.
Well, actually, we're coming live from the studios. We're just having a wonderful time in here. This is just a great place.
It's a beautiful day.
So, did you
Really,
happen to
and
catch the
people-
running of the Gingers, the beginning of the parade?
Yes, I did, because we were
Pretty
on the way down
crazy,
waiting.
right?
Oh, my
Yep.
gosh.
So we're
such
going to
a
hope that
beautiful-
grows. But we're delighted to be here in the LMC Media's new studio on the
Beautiful.
Avenue. It's just a beautiful place to do a broadcast like this. We're delighted to have LMC as part of the not only Mamaroneck, but the town of Mamaroneck, village of Larchmont, and Rhinebeck community. And they're like a jewel in the Sound Shore. And this parade does represent the Sound Shore from Port Chester all the way down to Pelham and all the communities in between. We love to see it grow every year as we say it represents both Irish heritage and the American immigrant experience. Because, Marie, we all come from someplace.
Yes, we do.
That's,
Yes, we do.
The strength and the cement of this country is the diversity.
Agreed. The ambiance out there is unbelievable.
And the St. Patrick's Day Parade is an ice cold performing orchestra.
Look at that. How
It
can
moves,
they
too.
move with all that?
I know, it's amazing.
It's amazing. That must be heavy for them.
I was
Moving
gonna say,
around
right?
like
They've taken the drums with them. Be out there doing that.
they're young kids. Look at the owners, it's so cute.
We do what I like.
Yes. Yes.
I like the back of his jacket.
But
It says hustle.
right.
This
We
is the best
talk-
seat in the house, isn't it, Norman? I mean, think
Yes.
about this. It's like we're seeing exactly what the Grand Marshal and his aides are doing.
Right.
So,
And we talked about this before. When you go through these parades, I remember the first one. It's 12 years ago. Those kids are grown up. You have another entire generation of kids. I remember when I marched in that South Shore St. Patrick's Day Parade. It was fantastic. It's great. And they'll bring their kids.
That's great.
Tradition
That's
is-
great. The
tradition's
tradition,
amazing.
keeping the tradition up is great.
Tradition's a wonderful thing.
So that
Should never
continue.
take your freedom for granted.
no, sure, not at all.
That is true.
And while we're discussing it, I mentioned before, mentioning it very briefly again, we send out heartfelt condolences, if that's the right word, for the unfortunate incident in the village of Maranick with the people flooded. So again, it's a community that has to do it. Go to your local village of Maranick board meetings, call up your county executives, call up all your elected officials, and let's try and start getting this thing
Move forward.
solved.
Absolutely.
Not
Isn't
just
it great
solved,
that
not
LMC Media is on the case? They're covering
Absolutely.
everything. So if you can't go to the meetings, you can
Yes.
watch the meetings live on LMC Media. Wonderful organization. You know, we're just so blessed to have them in the village of Maranick, town of Maranick, village of Larchmont,
It's the key.
and Rhinebeck.
It's the key to community involvement.
Yep.
Just what it is.
So there's the Sound Shore Parade
Communication.
banner as the Grand Marshal gets in line, and he's going to march down to the official hospitality tent in Harbor Island. He follows
That's right.
that last ice band back down the road. There, he's giving a wave to the crowd there. Our Grand Marshal, the mayor of County Pelham, as we say, Mayor Chance Mullen and his family, Francile and Finnegan, and his chosen aides. He did a wonderful job this year as Grand Marshal. He will be the Grand Marshal until 2025 when we pass the sash on to the next Grand Marshal, whoever that might be, whoever has that honor.
And
But it is his honor to lead the parade, and he's also involved in fundraising for the parade, which is, you know, how we pay for it, plus the scholarship fund.
here
And
we
there
go.
he is,
Matt Sullivan.
Mr. Matt Sullivan, the man, the legend.
The man.
Yes. Wondering what
He
he's
does a
doing.
great
Yes.
job.
He does.
He is
The MC.
the silver voice of Matt Sullivan, the golden tones of Matt Sullivan, the MC. You know, MS, the MC of the Sound Shore St. Patrick's Day Parade. Let's hope he's there for years to come.
Absolutely.
So
Is that the end of the parade?
I think that
That is.
that
I
is the
think
end of the
it
parade.
is.
I wonder how we're going to wrap this thing up. Are we going to wrap it up? So everybody's looking at each other saying, hey, here we are.
I
This
think
is
we are the
the
end.
first
Well,
parade
here we
live.
go.
So
They're reading.
now,
Okay, now.
yeah, so
the
we-
ginger
now
race.
we did start this parade with a brand new feature called the Running of the Gingers, which is an idea. We're not the ones that came up with that idea, but it's an idea that was that you see at Penn State and Notre Dame. They'll do this before big events, but we thought this is a great way to have a little bit of fun and also to celebrate Irish heritage. There's a lot of redheads in the Irish population, so we did have a great representation of both natural redheads and redhead wannabes, and we're hoping that grows every year from here on out there. So congratulations to all those that chose to be part of that, the first ever Running of the Gingers. So thank you very much. So I think that we're coming to the end of the parade, and this is the end of the broadcast.
It was nice seeing
So,
you as
and
always.
It was great.
Wrap,
So
we'll wrap it up.
this, if you
and
just
people are
tuned in,
running to
well,
come here.
if you just tuned in, you missed the parade. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, this was the Sound Shore St. Patrick's Day Parade, the 12th annual parade. Delighted to be a part of it at LMC
Beautiful
Media's
time.
studio on the Avenue. It's been great. We do this parade as a celebration of Irish heritage and the American immigrant experience. You know, and we represent the Sound Shore community, whether you're from Portchester or Harrison or Rye, Pelham, New Rochelle, Larchmont, any place in between. Delighted to have Marie Moreno here from Orange Bank
Our
and
pleasure.
Trust. Thank you so much for supporting
course.
the parade year after year and for just being a great member in the community. Norman, what do you think?
And as you can sign off, you can support LMC Media via tax-free donations at lmcmedia.org/donate. Also, the studio on the Avenue, this great, fantastic place, is at Mamaroneck Cinemas, 243 Mamaroneck Avenue. The studio is open to visit anytime, Wednesday to Saturday, 1 to 9 p.m., Sunday, 10 to 4 p.m. God bless the St. Patrick's Day Parade, everybody that got involved, and God bless America.
So if you wonder why we're wearing these sashes, Norman and I are also members of the parade committee. We double duty. And we just want to do another shout out, if we could, if we're still running, for some of the sponsors of the parade. We'd like to, and I've got the sponsors right in front of me. We'd like to thank the Village Station Pub for the great work that they do. Sedona Tap House, wonderful supporters of the parade. Turk and Heath and Macaulay Law Firm. The O'Callahan family, wherever you are, thank you very much for the first being a great supporter of the parade. The Rail House in Pelham, New York, thank you very much. John Galen and Sons, wonderful organization. O'Donnell and Cullen Property Tax Consultants, thank you very much. The Friendly Sons of the St. Patrick, thank you for your support. Lance Wackenheim, thank you so much, Lance. Thank you for all you do. Brooklyn Bagels and Coffee Company, we can't wait till you open up again. Duck Donuts, wherever you are. Penny Licks Ice Cream, thank you very much, Ellen. Majestic Kitchens, Blossom Florist, we got the wonderful flowers here, we're wearing them also. The School of Rock, we can't wait to get down to the harbor and listen to your great sounds. Murphy Brothers Contracting, God bless you wherever you are. You do some wonderful work, we hear. Mamaroneck Self-Storage, my second favorite business in Mamaroneck. Marie McIntyre, Lily and David Pano, Nick Doda, Scott Weinstein, and of course, the Mamaroneck Chamber of Commerce. Thank you very much. And Orange Bank and Trust, thank you all. And we thank you for the people that ran it today. LMC Media, thank you so much. As we said before, Kate Melia Falcha, 100,000 welcomes. I don't know what they say now, they're going to say goodbye, but we're just going to say goodbye. Thank you all. See you next year, 2025.
Bye-bye.